Sometimes people are like, I don't know. And I go, well, would you buy it again? And they're like, mic drop, boom, no, it's out. You know, like that's the big, you know, would you put your money on it again? No.
Welcome back to another episode of Girls Gotta Eat.
Welcome back. Coming to you live from Four Seasons Total Landscaping.
Can we please host an event there?
I think they're booked.
Right?
Also, a listener messaged me and she said, I used to work at this like event space across the street and I got fired. Me and all my friends got fired. I was like, okay, I don't know what you guys did. She was like, we're going to head over there tomorrow just to like
it's that
check it out.
new event space, just to check out the new event space. I want to have a Girls Gotta Eat event there.
Yeah. But guys, we're recording like pretty early out, like almost a week out. So if this isn't funny anymore, I'm sorry. It's going to be funny to me for literally ever.
I think about it every day.
Every day.
It'll be funny to
wake up, think about it, I go to bed thinking about it.
I like when people text me and they're like, have you heard about this Four Seasons stuff? I'm like, yeah, I have the internet.
I know.
All I do is think about this.
This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp Therapy Online. For 10% off your first month, go to betterhelp.com/GGE. So we all carry around different stressors, big and small, throughout life. And when we keep them bottled up, it can start to affect us really negatively. And therapy is a safe space to get things off your chest and figure out how to work through whatever is weighing you down. And sometimes we can have journals and self-talk and friends and family to help us, but it is really, really helpful to talk to a therapist outside of that, and they can empower you to be a better version of yourself and set boundaries and work through whatever is going on with you personally, professionally, in your love life, with friends. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. So you'll just fill out a brief questionnaire, get matched with a licensed therapist, and switch therapists anytime at no additional charge. I absolutely love what they're doing, and they make it so simple. Get it off your chest with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/GGE today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/GGE.
Tickets for the virtual holiday stupid live stream show are on sale. Get these tickets for Sunday, December 13th. Couldn't not do it. We've done these crazy elaborate holiday spectaculars for the past 2 years, and we were like, we have to do this again. So we're going to do the absolute best we can to make it a spectacular, and you guys can stream it live starting at 9 p.m. Eastern time. We do it a little bit later so people on the West Coast don't have to start getting their charcuterie ready at 4 p.m.
Start getting drunk at 4 p.m.
Yeah. So get tickets. Go to girlsgottaeatpodcast.com and then click on, what does it say? Tour live shows.
Yeah.
Okay. And right at the top, you will see it. Get your ticket. If you haven't joined us on a live stream before, you will just get a unique code that is non-transferable, and then you'll log in. You can mirror it to a TV. You can watch it on your devices. We'll talk about it more as it nears, but you can get the tickets now.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad that you brought up the website because a lot of you have been asking. Somebody asked us the other day, I would love to see an episode about the love languages. And I was like, oh, we've done that. So if you guys ever want to see an episode about something, just go to our website. You can search it. Every episode we've ever done is on there. So you can find it on there.
Listen, don't insult us.
Why?
People are like, can you talk about
dating,
politics, and your family the day we release an episode on it? I'm like, if you don't listen to the episode before you DM me, I swear to fucking God.
They just don't know.
But it's funny when people are like, can you talk about this? I'm like, we literally did that today.
You're like, can you talk about your fiance leaving you? I'm like, I literally talk about it every episode. It's every episode. He left me like 6 years ago. I'm still talking about it.
I'm still out here. I'm still out here.
I'm surprised he hasn't sent me like a cease and desist. Like right now, I've had 2 girlfriends since then. Please stop, okay?
All my exes, they're like, I'm married.
I know.
And my wife's a fan, and I hate this.
You know that it is my fucking dream for my exes to date fans of the podcast. It's my dream. Number one, you already heard me talk so much shit on that person.
Yeah.
Well, it's every day I hope that this happens.
I saw one of you guys sent me a meme, and she said, I just want to congratulate my ex's new girlfriend on giving up orgasms. Congratulations, girl.
Girl, that is how all my exes, none of them were good at orgasms. My very serious exes, none of them are good at orgasms. That is so applicable to
orgasms.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to talk about the merch really quick? Speaking of stuff you orgasm over.
Yeah, you guys have stormed the merch store. We have sold more merch in the last week than we ever sold before.
Interesting.
Yeah, we had a female designer, and then we built our own website.
Fired some men. It's whatever.
It's great. It's gorgeous. You guys have been sending it as gifts. You've been Instagram storing it like crazy. The sweatshirts are the softest, cutest, especially the crop sweatshirts, just like flying off the shelves.
Yeah, they're so great.
The hats are great.
I love a crew neck. You know, I love a pink. Have we been selling pink crew neck sweatshirts? I love the pink crew neck.
Yes, and it goes out. The pink crew necks go very fast.
Okay.
It's one of the things that ships the quickest.
Dewey mugs.
Dewey mugs
are selling.
Flying out the door. The Monday to-do list mug.
Yes, I love them all. So you guys scoop those up. Also, since Dewey came up, that reminds me of something I was totally remiss to mention last week.
Okay.
I can't believe I forgot to say it. And that is that we have dogs back in the White House, and we have the very first ever rescue dog in the White House.
I know.
And of course, I realize they don't live there now. They will be in January when they move into the White House because Joe Biden won the presidential election fair and square. So for those of you, if you don't know, Joe Biden's dogs are Major and Champ, and Major is the first shelter pet to reside in the White House.
That's how you know Joe Biden's a good guy.
Well, Donald Trump was like one of the only presidents to never have a dog.
I can't imagine him with an animal or a child.
No, never. And that's like, whatever. We're not going to, today is not a political episode. We are so excited to bring you a bunch of other content, even though you guys really loved the episode last week. But I forgot to say that. And we're so excited to have dogs back. And the 2 dogs, one's a shelter pet, adopt, don't shop. And on that note, I just have to say, we're recording this on Tuesday before Monday. So kind of far out. So yesterday, which was a full week ago now at this point, if you guys are listening, I had posted this like low-key thirst trap of Dewey. And then some girl she tagged me in a story that was like the same pose and then I was just posted like, fuck it, tag me in your dog's thirst traps. People went nuts.
Okay.
So you guys just have these sexy pets?
I had to do something for a while. I recorded Ashley Gavin's podcast with her, who's a former guest of ours. Yeah. And I was like, uncommunicative for a few hours. I came out of that recording. You had 1,000 Instagram stories lined up. I was like, what is happening? What did I miss?
And they were all fire. And there were hundreds more that I couldn't post. And I'm so sorry. And I told people like, I'm sorry I couldn't get to all these. They were cats too. Just incredible content. And you guys were firing them out quick. I was like, send me your thirst traps. Done and done. Like you have them on your camera roll. Your dog's just out here looking back at it, being sexy as fuck.
I was like, cats to be sexy.
The cats
serve looks.
Raina, did you know Amy Chan has these 2 cats? They are Persian Maine Coon mixes.
Oh my God. You said Maine Coon. I felt it through my whole body.
She tagged me in her thirst trap. There's 2 of them. They look so mean and sexy. I was like, they look mean. I love it. Like they look like they're going to like murder you in your sleep. It's like so sexy. They look like icy.
Yeah. I love a Maine Coon.
But mixed with a Persian.
That's so, okay. I have to see this photo.
Yeah, I'll show you.
I feel like I would like,
I was like, these cats fuck.
Are you turned on by this a little bit?
I was a little. But anyway, thank you guys for sending me your dog thirst traps. Oh, and one quick thing, and then I wanted to kick it to you. You have some stuff to talk about. I know I said I had this date last week. It's tonight as we record. So sorry to blue ball you again.
Talk about next week?
Maybe. It's tonight.
It's happening.
It's tonight. And our guest today is going to dress me for it. Mm-hmm. We have a style episode today. Our friend Lillian Charles is the guest, and she dressed me last night and she's dressing me tonight. She has such a gift. It's crazy. She just goes into the closet and puts stuff together I never would have thought of. So I'm excited to see what she picks out for date night.
I am too. I'm going to sit here and Instagram story it for all of you guys.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. I have 3 things to tell you. Okay. First of all, I feel like I'd be remiss to not throw in as a caveat to the CNN Zaddy conversation. I forgot Jim Sciutto. Do you know who that is?
I don't know.
He's on During the Day a lot, and he looks like Jake Tapper a little bit. He looks like a more polished Jake Tapper. He's a little less snarky. We left him out. I got to show you his photo. He's hot.
Okay. Also, Don Lemon. People were like, what about Don? I'm like, I love me some Don Lemon. Raina, while we're here... Okay, he is.
Jim Sciutto's hot. Look at looks.
Okay, you know who he kind of looks like though?
Jake Tapper.
Jake Tapper looks like Nick Saban, and someone said it, and I can't unsee it, and I'm upset. Do you know who Nick Saban is?
No, I'm gonna look him up.
He's the Alabama football coach. So, being a Clemson girl, not a fan. But I did want to say this. I meant to say this before. Chrissy Cuomo and Don Lemon remind me so much of me and you. They come on and like late night and they just start like making fun of each other, shooting the shit. They're laughing, they're smiling. Like they remind me so much of me and you if we were to pick our like
Are you
male
Don? Are you Don or
counterparts.
Chrissy?
I think I'm Don.
I'll give you that. I think
you're Chrissy.
Yeah, I think I'm Chrissy.
Okay, good. I'm glad we agreed.
Yeah, I can see Chris crying a lot while he.
Van Jones is the crier. Don't get it twisted. Okay, we're done. We're done. We have
okay.
to
No, I like talking about how hot these guys are. Also, I would just like to announce I am back to masturbating. I kind of like got off.
Wait, did you take a break during election week?
I've been really like depressed and anxious. Not depressed. That's like the wrong word. I've been anxious and stressed out, and I feel like masturbating is this interesting thing to me. Well, it's this enjoyable thing to me.
Masturbating. What a hot take. Masturbation.
I feel like it like brightens your day, and everybody should be doing it every day, and it would make your day better. But when I'm having a bad day, I don't want to do it. It's hard for me to like get into a sexy place.
Okay.
And so
I like that you're saying day. Like day. I do it at night. You're like middle of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, I day masturbate. I nighttime masturbate and daytime masturbate. It's just different.
It's a different vibe.
Yeah, it just depends.
Different music.
The other night I was sending sexy pics to somebody who I'm going to talk about in a second.
God,
and I like forgot to masturbate before I went to sleep. And I woke up at like 4:30 in the morning. I was like,
went for
let's
it?
do this.
Yeah. Well, I realized that I didn't masturbate. I do it usually before I go to bed, and then I put on my Calm app and take a little of my feels, and I'm good to go. I didn't do it the whole week until we knew who won the election. And I think it was just because I was staying up and going to bed at 3, 4 in the morning every night. And I just was like, I'm too tired. And then I was like, I haven't masturbated all week. And then it's like once Biden won, that night, I was like, I really got it in.
It freed up all the creative space in my mind. I was like, I just don't have to think about this anymore.
I know. And it's like, I just kept like fantasizing about all the CNN anchors and just
Chris Cuomo, I could masturbate to him all day.
Yeah.
His body is crazy.
And like him, like, I mean, I think he's very attractive, but him like younger, like the pictures of him like younger and shirtless, like
I would just watch that guy. I would masturbate to watching him work out. I said masturbate weird.
I want to see their dad because like they're both.
He was also a politician, right?
Yeah, I think they're like. And some people don't like the Cuomo family, but at least admit that they're hot.
You could masturbate to them if you don't like them.
Yeah,
I masturbate to people I don't like all the time, like my exes.
that's so true. Wait, is it better? It's better to hate masturbate. Master hate.
I masturbate.
Can we take a moment for master hate?
I'm proud of you. Nice work. You've been very punny lately. Sometimes you'll just slip them in and keep rolling. Okay, speaking of my ex that I masturbated to, you guys know him as the one who doesn't have a family because
I'm not even making eye contact with Raina right now.
Ashley frequently brings up that he doesn't have a family. I'm his family, Ashley.
No, because we're family and that means he's my family. He's not my family.
He's never done anything to you. So I was on the phone with him the other night. We still talk once a week or something. And we were talking about how I have to go to the doctor and I need to see a cardiologist. I have high blood pressure because I'm 90. So he told me I have to go and he was like bothering me about it a lot. And I was like, what is your problem? He was like, I love you a little bit. And so a man told me he loved me a little bit this week. And
Raina, he also proposed a couple months ago. Like this guy
wasn't real.
This is.
So then I just started thinking about like the weirdest ways somebody has told you that they love you, like for the first time, or like the weirdest way I've said it to somebody. Cause like, I mean, also like I did the right thing. I followed that up with a nude of me with my hand in my underpants, like miming masturbating.
Okay.
Why are you laughing? You want to see it? Yeah. He's so hot and he loves me a little bit.
A little bit. When you texted me that, I lost it. I've choked on my coffee.
Sometimes I tell you something and I'm choking laughing because it's so absurd. I like forgot to tell you. I was also like a bottle of wine deep. You know I have my nights. You know I have my nights.
It was one of those nights. Yeah.
But I started thinking like the first time I told somebody I love them or they told me, like of my serious exes, one of them told me during sex and he said I looked like I was going to throw up and I just never said it back for like weeks. I don't know. It scares you sometimes.
Yeah.
Another one, we were in my room and he told me he loved me. He threatened to kick all my shoes over if I didn't say it back to him. You know how like serious I am about apartment organization. So he knew how to get me.
He threatened you?
Yeah, he threatened me to kick all my shoes over.
That's insane.
Not physically threatened me. But yeah, so I said it back. I've told 2 guys I love them during sex by accident. It happened twice. This guy, the I love you a little bit.
We've talked about it.
It is so embarrassing. And you just listen, girls, if you've ever done it, just
we've all done it.
Keep rolling right along.
Yeah, just keep it moving.
I think that those are the weirdest ways I've said it or had it said to me. But nothing else crazy.
I haven't had anything too crazy. I remember an ex of mine, like the day we said I love you, we were like walking out the door and he looked really hot. He had just had on like jeans, like a black t-shirt. And I said like, I said, I love you in a black t-shirt, like casual.
Yeah.
And he was like, what was that? And it got so awkward. Like, I was like, what? He was like, what did you say? I was like, what did you say? Like, I was like this thing. And then we actually said I love you for the first time that night. And it was a really special moment. And then we argued about who said it first. And I still, like, jokingly argued. I still am like not totally sure. He definitely did. It was like same time. I don't know. It somehow happened in conversation. I feel like I kind of blacked out a little, but then we were like, yeah, we've been loving each other for a minute now.
We've been loving.
Like I said, I was like, I love you, and I'm so excited to tell you because I'm sick of screaming it in my head for weeks now at this point.
Did he say it after? But you said I love you in a black shirt. When did he say it first?
Later that night.
Okay.
Like that was before we did this day thing, and then we went to dinner, and then we came home. We were laying on the couch, and it happened. It was special. And then the sex after that. Whew.
Oh, the sex after that is amazing.
Like if you like, I would say at that point, I feel like I could pinpoint when I fell in love with him, and it was probably like a few weeks prior. So it's like you are just like screaming it in your head, you know what I mean, and hoping it doesn't come out during sex.
I'm hoping it doesn't come out. I'm like praying to God I don't accidentally. So that's why I usually just date guys that I'll never love. So it's never happens.
And I remember that the other guy, I talked about him. This is Empanada guy, tropical staycation in the apartment guy. He said like, I love you. And like, it made me realize like, I don't want to be together anymore. But this was after so many years. So we were like hugging. We were on the Clemson campus. We had just like snuck into my old dorm. We were having this amazing time. And we were like in this hug, and he was like, I love you. And I was like, thank you. You know, it was
you
weird.
Said thank you.
I couldn't, it was just I think I said like, I'll always have a special place in my heart or something like that.
Oh my God. And then he jumped off a bridge.
And that was the last time I saw him.
Because you jumped off that bridge.
Yeah. Because he died.
There's people that like, I definitely like love that I will never be in love with. Like my DC ex, like we were just never in love. I told him recently that I love him, but I was like, I have love for you. Like I'm not in love with you like ever. I never ever will be ever. Just so we're clear. But I love him very much. Like he's been in my life for a long time. And I think that's probably how I feel about this guy too. Like the one that told me he loves me a little bit. Like I love him a little bit. He's been in my life for a long time.
You love him a little bit.
We're not like in love with each other.
Yeah.
But like I care about him very much.
Yeah.
Because I'm his family.
You're his only family. He's not in our family. Yeah. I don't throw I love you around too much. A lot of people say it to friends all the time. Like I've been doing it more. And I'll say it back if someone says it to me, but some people say it a lot, like to their friends. No shade at all. Some people really throw it around, and I don't throw it around so much.
Do I throw it around a lot?
I'm not sure, like,
because I don't tell you.
We would say it, but like some people say it to like more casual friends. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how they like end a conversation. I'm like, I hear people say it. Like I've had people say like, I love you. And I'm like, I'm not there yet with you.
Odd.
Some people just toss it around.
I mean, I just feel like you and I have a lot of really close friends that I really, really love, like very much, like very deeply. I have a lot of, I'm in my 30s. I have a couple friends I've amassed. I end a lot of conversations with love you.
Yeah.
But those are people that it isn't like weird if they said it to me.
Yeah. And I feel like it's like, you've had like a really great night doing something, and you're kind of like saying goodbye to your friends in the street, and you're like, love you, you know, like after like a great day.
Yeah.
Like when we did like the hot tub boat, I feel like we were like, love you. Like when everybody was leaving the apartment, I was like, I love you.
As long as there's like a block in between you guys, like a whole street.
Yeah, because I'm like, don't try to hug me or
come
anything.
back here and
don't
touch me.
Don't come back here and don't look me in the eye.
Actually, they'd be far enough down the street they can't touch you.
Yeah, I'll say I love you to friends if we're like at arm's length.
I'll tell you at Christmas time.
Yeah, okay, we'll say I love you at Christmas. Well, that's how we'll end the year.
So you guys know that Ashley and I love to travel. We do it all the time, professionally and socially. And it is really, really important to me to have the best luggage possible, both functionally and just the way it looks. And Base is my absolute favorite. I have everything that they do. I have their check-in bags. I have their carry-on. I have their mini weekender, but I just got their newest bag. I am so obsessed. It's the East to West tote, and it is the absolute perfect bag for like a 1 to 3 day trip. And I just took it with me to Santa Barbara, and it was just perfect for like a few dinner outfits, a couple daytime stuff. I had a padded laptop sleeve, a place for a water bottle, zipper pockets, and there's like an extra removable strap. Also, I just think it's really beautiful. I got it in the beige color, but all of Base's stuff comes in lots of colors. It's highly functional. Outside of this bag, which I am crazy about, their luggage has 360-degree gliding wheels, a cushioned handle, which I love when I'm at the airport, built-in weight indicator, and I always say this, I love their washable bags. So a great travel hack is to just have like a laundry bag in your suitcase. They provide that for you too. It's so cute. Everything they do is super durable and beautiful and functional. I just can't say enough about Base. I love them. And right now, Base is offering our listeners 15% off your first purchase by visiting basetravel.com/GGE. That's BEIS travel.com/GGE.
Okay, thank you to Helix for supporting Girls Gotta Eat. Go to helixsleep.com/GGE, take their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they'll match you to a customized mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. Use code HelixPartner20 and you'll get 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows. You guys know how obsessed we are with Helix. Both of us have multiple Helix mattresses. It's all we sleep on. I have made sure that my parents have one, my brother has one, my boyfriend has one. I just refuse to go anywhere and not sleep on a Helix mattress. That is how obsessed we are. The Helix lineup offers 20 unique mattresses, including the award-winning Luxe Collection, which we love. We have the Luxe Collection mattresses, the newly released Helix Elite Collection, a mattress designed for big and tall sleepers, and even a mattress made just for kids. So for everyone in the family, and you're just going to take their quiz, which is really fun, and then they will give you your personalized mattress recommendation. It's going to be shipped straight to your door, free of charge. You can try it out for 100 nights to make sure you love it, and then there's a 10 to 15-year warranty to try out your new Helix mattress. We know everybody sleeps differently. You might sleep on your back, your side, roll around all night on your stomach, or you might want a soft, medium, or firm mattress. We are all so different. So that is why they offer really something for everyone. And so you're just going to order what works best for you, come straight to your door. You can sleep on it that night. You're going to love it. It will change your life. You'll get the best sleep of your life, and you can thank us later. So Helix is offering 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/GGE and use code HelixPartner20. This is their best offer with Helix. Better sleep starts now.
We are really excited to have a friend of ours in the house studio with us in Dewey. She is a personal stylist, a wardrobe counselor, and a master energy healer from Atlanta that has been featured in Forbes, CNN, and was recently named the #1 personal stylist by Atlanta Magazine for 2020. She is a good friend of Ashley's, now a good friend of mine. Please welcome to the show, Lillian Charles.
Yay! Lillian's here. Hi. I'm so excited.
She has been dressing me her whole time here. She's like, you can't wear that.
But like in a loving way, you know?
Yeah.
As my sister says, in a nice manner.
So yes, we want to hype you. And then Raina's going to ask you what gives you the right.
Actually, it's like my line, but Ashley was like, okay, so Raina always asks people what gives them the right. I think you ask people what gives them the right now. It's your line now.
Okay. So, so I've been working with you like in, officially and unofficially, like for years.
Yeah.
We've been friends for years, but in terms of like the styling stuff,
it all started with that Club Monaco.
Yes. And I love that this is like a Girls Gotta Eat moment. And I knew you'd helped me before. I knew how talented and how amazing you were, but it was more just like you'd give me advice here and there. Like, I feel like I wasn't like a client. I was your friend.
Yeah.
And our very first live show at Caroline's on September 12th, 2018.
I will never forget this.
I had this whole look I wanted to do. I was like going to be like a high-waisted track pant with a slit or with slits, and then like a bodysuit, whatever. It doesn't matter. It all showed up. I had multiple things that I ordered in different sizes from Revolve. Everything showed up. Nothing fit. Nothing looked good. And I was like, I need help. It's the day before the show.
Yeah.
The day before the show.
Yeah.
And Lillian was like, sent me this thing, this romper from Club Monaco and was like, just what do you think of this? And I was like, bitch, what? Like,
Yeah,
that's
she's
not
like,
even anything. That's not part of my vision. That's not even close. And she were like, listen, hear me out. Just go see if they have it at Club Monaco. Just go tomorrow. I know there's one in New York. You sent me like, I was like, I know where they are. I know. And you were like, just go see if they have it. I put it on my body. I was like, I'll take it in black and red.
Yep.
I got I had my high boot, and it was the best look I ever still have to this date. I wore that romper a whole lot. I've worn it at multiple shows. And then it just like from then on changed the way I looked at like the way that I needed to dress on stage. And I mean, in life too. Like you've helped me tremendously.
We talked about this at dinner last night. We had dinner with you, and there's a difference between like being able to like throw on a pair of jeans, look cute, and having like a look. And so you help people,
100%.
you help people actually like create a look, and you've built an amazing business, almost a decade running in business for yourself.
She turns 9 tomorrow.
So if you guys are listening,
So I enter into the 10th year tomorrow.
oh my God.
I know.
That's insane.
That's incredible.
I know. I told a girlfriend that last year and she like took me to dinner. She's like, happy 10 years. I was like, no. Like I'm coming up on 10 years. And she's like, okay, I'll still cover dinner. I was like, okay, thank you.
Happy 10th year.
Yeah.
We're in the 10th year.
Yeah, so we're ushering in, the 10th year, which feels really good.
Yes, we love to see it. Okay, and then one more thing. This isn't going to be all about me and you, but it's just a story that I wanted to share because it's topical. One of our like friendship dating related moments was
we were on a date. You and I were on a date.
You and I, we were on our second date.
Yes.
Second friend date. We'd only met one other time. And Lillian is telling me about this guy and she's telling me about this guy. And I don't know what came up for me. I just said, he's just not that into you.
She was like, he doesn't give a fuck.
I just was like, he's not.
You are that friend.
But in terms of like, he doesn't deserve you and give it up. And he's not giving you what you need. And like you're younger than me.
Yeah.
Like you're a few years younger than me.
I was probably 25.
You probably were 25. Yeah.
And this guy was like 34, had been a total bachelor. Everybody knows who he is. He'd been running around. And I was like, well, like, and still to this day, like I have never slept with this guy, but he would call me for years, like years and years and years. I was like, okay, obviously I'm special, but like, no, he was doing it to everyone.
And he did date a friend of mine. Like I had a little background. He was a guy, we're not going to name names, but everybody knew who this guy was. Like the business that he was involved in, everybody knew him. He's tall, he's hot.
Homeless chic is what I used to call him.
Yeah.
Like,
they
talk about a
they
style.
sneak up on you.
And she's telling me this and I'm just sitting there like, am I going to tell her to give this up? Like, but I did always felt like I was a little bit older sister to you. Yeah. And so I just said it and I was like, we might never be friends again. And it just like brought us closer together in that moment. I think that you were like, damn.
Yeah. I was like, I think I said something like, I really appreciate that.
And I was like, did I take it too far?
No. And I was like, no, you're probably right. Yeah.
And then
turns out he just loves attention, you know?
And then the day that we met was, I'll just say it, we cried at Flywheel.
We sure did.
So our friend Kara Weaver, who RIP to Flywheel, but she was an instructor, she played this Coldplay, Fix You, Beyonce. What's the Beyonce song it goes with?
Say My Name.
Say My Name. So, oh God, I'm going to cry right now. And it's called Fix My Name. If you Google it, I think it might be on SoundCloud or something. I posted on Instagram before, and she played it during this class. I forget what I was going through at the time.
We'd never met.
And Lillian and I, after class, Kara was like, I want you two to meet. And
I think we were like competing against each other in that class too. Like,
oh, right. Cause I used to be on the board. Yeah. So we're like,
I don't do that shit at all anymore, but I used to be a board person.
Me too.
Like,
yeah. So we were probably like going back and forth, like, who is this bitch in the top slot? Yep. And we walked out and Kara was like, Lily and Ashley, I've been wanting you two to meet. And we met. And then we realized that we had both cried in that class during this song. Yeah. So like it became our like friendship song. And we were like, you cry.
And now we have bracelets and tattoos that match.
You found your people.
But it was funny to be like, you cry in spin class too.
Yes,
oh my gosh.
Yes. You found your people. You're both crying. Look at you. You're both all misty-eyed.
We'll put the song on Instagram, guys.
Should we first get into like what gives you the right? How did you get into this? How did you become a style icon and learn how to pass this on to others?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, I like to tell people that my business is really about love and authenticity. I was a women's studies major in college. And so I never studied fashion. So like, you know, I sometimes I'm like, oh, what does give me the right? But it's really this love for women and seeing women like glow up at every stage and every age, no matter what their budget is, what their body is like, how many kids they've had, how many kids they have not had, you know, where they are in their career, where they are in their relationships. Like I tell people that I'm a professional cheerleader. Like I cheer on people for
hype
a living.
Girl.
Yeah, I'm a professional hype girl. So I love being in women's corners. I was thinking that I wanted to go into midwifery, which is how you say that. the profession of being a midwife.
Midwifery.
I'm glad I was about to do that, so I'm glad you did. Because I feel like I feel like people just went, say what?
Midwife. I'm sorry, what?
But it's midwifery. Yeah.
Midwifery?
Midwifery.
Yeah,
Midwifery.
Yeah,
Midwifery.
yeah, like a wiffle
Like
ball.
periphery.
Like,
So, yeah. So
that is so funny.
it sounds like it's about smelling stuff. Midwifery.
Take a midwife. But it's so funny to know you and just picture you as like a baby deliverer. Like I can't. Like, are you in the ER with your like outfit and you're like you're playing rap music? Like I can't.
Yes. Yeah. So, so I did an apprenticeship at Grady, which is like the public hospital downtown in Atlanta. I'd worked in clinics through college, and I did a mission trip in Africa, and I was like, something is missing. Like, I love working with women. I love like hearing women's stories and like how they feel about their bodies and how they feel about themselves, but I'm not getting to do anything creative. So while I was doing my prerequisites to go back to school, I started selling this jewelry 9.5 years ago. That was like the first thing I did was July 2011. And my mom was like Tupperware sales, like you're going to do like trunk shows. And I was like, listen, I'm going to be really good at this. So just like, give me a second, you know? And I was #1 in sales in Georgia in like 4 months. And I was like, I'm telling you, there's something to this. There's something to talking to women at trunk shows when they're like, I could never pick this out. I don't know how to put any of this together. All of this looks stupid on me. I couldn't pull this off. And it was a lot of just really negative self-talk. Every trunk show was like that. It wasn't like, oh, I'm amazing. And I was like, ooh, like we have to rearrange the conversation here. And so I started just offering and being like, I can help you. I can help you with this.
That's really interesting. I love that you also had the confidence and the bravery to say to your parent, just give me a minute. Cause like, I think that like with the podcast or with social media, like you and I used to, Ashley and I used to have, but still do have big social media accounts. I think some people could look at it and be like, what are you going to do with that? It's like, just give me 1 minute and I will prove it to you. Yeah. You know? So I love that you said that. I love the attitude.
Yeah. And my parents have been amazing cheerleaders. I mean, they're very much like, you're on your own, you know? Yeah. But they, and my siblings, I have an older sister and a younger brother, and they're both like huge cheerleaders. I know they're both hotties. So I started taking pictures of my mom every time I went home from Atlanta to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And I would be like, let's do your closet. And so I started making lookbooks for people. And then I would take that binder of photos. I mean, this is 9 years ago, like before everyone was keeping loads of pictures on their phones and stuff. And so I would take that binder of photos to trunk shows and be like, I can do this for you. And I can help you also clean out your wardrobe. And I mean, women, and then like on my service page, it was like a website, but it was in a binder. Yeah. And I was just I know.
Like the original lookbook.
And so people were like, I could totally use this, and started gifting it to other people as a service, you know, their sisters, their coworkers. And then I started speaking at like local, you know, moms clubs and women's organizations and stuff like that. So kind of word got out, and so it's just grown. It's been very organic. It's been super organic. And now I style virtually with women all around the country, and some of the GGE listeners that I just love so much. I want to shout out every single one of you guys because I'm so thankful for y'all.
Well, and you've like done a lot of cool things in your business as technology has advanced too.
Yeah,
like
totally.
I have like a virtual closet with you, and you just like throw stuff in there, and I get to like mark if I bought it or if I didn't or I didn't like it or whatever. So it's like, as technology advances, you were so able to reach so many more people. Yeah. Also in all this too, you were like a fitness instructor, like you've done a lot. Like your whole brand is very cohesive and like helping women with their bodies, and not a like, be skinny and be pretty. Like it's helping you feel strong and powerful and empowered.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I think, I always say like, we're basically walking around magnets. And so every time we show up somewhere, we're like magnetizing what it is that's inside of us. And so if shitty things keep showing up, like you, at some point you do have to take a look and be like, okay, well, how am I showing up? Like, who am I spending time with? You know, just like you guys always say, who am I spending time with? How am I showing up physically? Like what city am I in? Do I want to be somewhere else? And like taking the time, as Oprah says, taking the time to ask yourself the important questions. So that's really what I do in my sessions, is like kind of get down to the bottom of how do you want to show up?
So it's like personal therapy. And then you're like, we're going to make you also look pretty with your clothing.
But you probably
also choose better, you know?
Yeah. We're going to get into that. But I bet you have people really I mean, like you confide in your hairdresser, like how they know everybody's secrets. Like I bet people, when you're in their closet helping them and talking to them about their body and their, you're talking about whatever else is going on in their life. I bet you people really like have like breakthroughs with you.
Yeah.
Like you were just telling us about a woman that just had you over basically so she could cry with you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a deep dive. And I think that everything in our closets is a metaphor. And that's why a lot of people are like, you would be so embarrassed if you saw my closet. And I'm like, okay, well, like closet aside, like what are you embarrassed about? Because it's not, yes, it's about the clothes, but the clothes are all just like a bunch of symbols hanging out there. And that's why I love the closet cleansing process, because I'm like, these are just symbols that don't resonate anymore. So let go of them and it's okay. Permission to remove.
Okay, so I love gift giving at this time of year, but when finding great gifts, things can really start to add up. And that's why this season I am shopping with Quince. Quince is the go-to place for luxury essentials at affordable prices for everyone on my list, including myself. We'd like to thank Quince for supporting our show. Go to quince.com/GGE to get free shipping and 365-day returns on your order. So I'm really, really glad I found this company and this site. Everything is so affordable, but looks really luxury. So as you're perusing it, they have 100% Mongolian cashmere sweaters. They have washable silk tops and dresses. They have cotton sweaters and all kinds of comfy stuff, like just cozy pants that you can wear. I love the colors. I love the styles, but the prices are really the reason to shop here, on top of obviously the selection. Prices are 50 to 80% less than similar brands. So it's unbelievable. It partners directly with top factories to cut out the cost of the middleman, and it just passes the savings directly on to you from Quince. And I just love what they're doing. I love the styles. There's so much variety, and it is such a one-stop shop, whether you're shopping for kids, your significant other, your parents, anybody will really love this. You can get affordable luxury for everyone on your list with Quince. Go to quince.com/GGE to get free shipping and 365-day returns on your order. That's QUINCE.com/GGE for free shipping and 365-day returns. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp Therapy Online. For 10% off your first month, go to betterhelp.com/GGE. So we all carry around different stressors, big and small, throughout life. And when we keep them bottled up, it can start to affect us really negatively. And therapy is a safe space to get things off your chest and figure out how to work through whatever is weighing you down. And sometimes we can have journals and self-talk and friends and family that help us, but it is really, really helpful to talk to a therapist outside of that, and they can empower you to be a better version of yourself and set boundaries and work through whatever is going on with you personally, professionally, in your love life, with friends. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. So you'll just fill out a brief questionnaire, get matched with a licensed therapist, and switch therapists anytime at no additional charge. I absolutely love what they're doing, and they make it so, so simple. Get it off your chest with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/GGE today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/GGE.
Okay, so we don't even know where to start. There's so much to talk about, but why don't we start with kind of your whole philosophy, methodology, all the things?
Yeah. So, I mean, my main message is that there's really nothing wrong with any of our bodies, that we are whole and complete and perfect and beautiful from the inside out. And the things that we choose for our bodies, whether that's, food or, the exercise that we're choosing, can make us inflamed or whatever, injured. It's the same thing with clothes. And so instead of choosing things that literally feel like a punishment, because, or even brands, like people are like, I only wear this, but, sometimes these three things don't work about this brand. And I'm like, well, then choose a different fucking brand. Really helping people. The very first stage of my 6-week program is like, here are the top 3 or 4 brands that are right for your body specifically. This is your shape. Let's celebrate your shape and not worry and focus about what everybody else is doing all the time. And then like your coloring, like, oh, I love this top, but it's not the right color. And I'm like, it's also not the right shape. It's not the right, you can love something and it not be for you. Right. I mean, again, these are all
the
metaphors.
people I've dated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Metaphors on point, yeah.
I don't wear him well. Okay.
Yeah, I don't wear him well. And so, or like, you wear something out and you feel miserable and you're like, what is the cost of this? Like, is this really worth me leaving the house and not feeling amazing?
Because I think you see like certain trends, like, and they look good on somebody on Instagram or whatever, and they are so bad for most bodies, right? Like I feel like there's this type of top or like dress or whatever, and it's like flowy and it's blousy, and it took me so many years to be like, I will never buy another item of clothing like that. I will never, I don't even like it. You know what I mean? Like, it looks good on this random model, but like working with you for me and has just taught me to be like, I don't even go there.
Exactly. It's like boundaries.
I don't look at that.
Yeah.
That's not for me.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean you can't be trendy and stylish, but like, not everything's going to be for you. And I think probably what you help people is be like, don't even stop going there.
Yeah. And I even tell like every single body type, I'll be like, listen, girl, you are so lucky. Here's why. And it does not matter what body type they have. I'm like, you are lucky because you get to wear. And then I send them like an entire PDF of like, these are literally all your options. Look how freaking lucky you are. Like, I get to do this.
I love this reframing of how you think about your body. And like, I think all the time, like, I wish that I could wear, Ashley wears like longer bike shorts and I love the look. I think it looks so great on you. I can't wear those. They look ridiculous on me. And instead of like thinking all the time, like, I'm so jealous, I don't have super long legs like Ashley, like I have giant titties and Ashley doesn't have them. It's just, there's certain things that I've always been like, I'm so bummed about my body. Like I'm pretty short, but it's like, there's other things I get to wear. I'm not out here in peplum tops. I'm not doing it. I look ridiculous.
Good call.
I look truncated.
That's what I'm talking about.
Peplum tops?
Fucking peplum top.
No one looks good in this.
I mean, and also like I just have a different style. Like I've always rejected this like Southern kind of like, I don't do florals. Like I don't fuck around. Like I'm like a New York lady, and I even was when I lived in the South.
Lady.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I think it's knowing that like, all my sorority sisters wear that shit, but I don't like it and I don't look good and I'm not going to do it. It's not my style. Like helping people find their style. But let's talk about this. Let's keep talking about this. Like it's not your body, it's your clothes. Stuff.
So one of my favorite things to tell people, because, they'll be like, oh, Revolve or whatever the brand is they want to wear, or, even like Golden Goose sneakers or something. I'm like, it's, guess, how many amazing sneakers there are that don't cost $850. Like they are, what'd you say?
And look dirty.
Like there's so many options out there. And one of the things I tell people is I am hella allergic to avocados. And avocados are very trendy. They're on clothes. They're on mugs. They're in every smoothie bowl. They're on toast. They're on, like they're in everything. But I don't show up to a restaurant and go, I'm like really ashamed because like I can't eat avocados. Like this is the same fucking thing with clothes.
You didn't cancel brunch.
I'm like,
am I even a white girl if I can't have avocado toast?
Yes. And people always make a big deal about it. And they're like, oh, really? And I'm like, yeah, fuck off. Like my body doesn't do that. And I feel the same way about clothes. I'm like,
my body
who gives a shit if your body doesn't do peplum or whatever it is, It's okay if you're not a prairie dress girl. So what?
It's this really great sense of looking at something that has a ton of likes and everybody likes, and you think the picture is beautiful. And then you have to say to yourself, like, that's not for me. And I'm going to go back to my like, whatever, all black or whatever it is. Like, it's really, it's like liberating.
It is super. I mean, I think it's one of the most freeing processes in the world. I mean, I have a lot of different food allergy things. Like, I'm like not great with oats and scallops kill me. And I used to get anxiety going to the grocery store because I would be like, what am I going to eat here that's going to make me feel like I'm being tortured? Like, like it would make me feel really uncomfortable. And I think that that's probably my best metaphor for women that walk into stores where they're like, I'm going to feel really horrible about myself if I even try these things. And so I think just having like the guidelines, my job as a personal stylist is not to be like, wear this, you need to be putting, yourself in these things, but to like really ask you, how do you feel? And clients that kind of get upset with me when I ask that question, they're like, what do you mean how I feel? I care about how I look. And I'm like, no. What you feel is actually how you show up. Like what you feel is what's going to be read by other people, not just how you look, And if you look great, but you can't walk or it's too tight across your shoulders, you're going to want to leave.
We've talked about this like on stage, where I've worn stuff on stage where just like you said, like I see it on a mannequin, or I see it on Instagram, I order it. I know that I am not great on stage if my whole night I am just thinking about my body and I'm constantly adjusting myself. I don't know if anybody notices, but sometimes like I'll look at pictures after a show and I will have been adjusting myself in 50% of the photos, and like it kills me that like I could have been a little funnier and just gotten out of my head, but I like forced myself to get into this outfit that like I didn't like.
The Scotch and the green jumper. Still in my closet. Maybe we'll throw it out today.
Maybe
I bought
we'll burn
this
it.
Let's burn it.
$250 insanely gorgeous Scotch and soda jumper because I couldn't not own it. It is so stunning. I saw it in a window in Philly and I was like, I have to own it. I don't care what it costs. It looks so bad on me. It looks so terrible on me. The waist is too I've worn it to 2 shows and I've finally just been like, I'm burning it. Like it wasn't for me and I bought it anyway and I still wore it on stage twice, and the second time I wore it, I sat up there the entire show, Minneapolis night 1, and I knew I didn't look
I'm burning you with my eyes right now.
Yes. And it's like this mistake that like we've got to let go and be like, God, it's so gorgeous. It's just not gorgeous on me.
I mean,
it's like
I don't know if you're ready for the segue yet, but
is it another metaphor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, Raina's getting off on my metaphors.
Raina's so wet right now.
I haven't masturbated in like a week except for last night. So
there's another room over there. So I had a call with like my intuitive guide girl that I've been using for a while. And she said, Lillian, you're getting better at this dating thing. Like I can just tell. She said, you used to window shop and you would fall in love with something in the window and you would be like, I have to have this. I don't care what it costs. It is beautiful. You went in, like you tried on for 4 seconds, you would put down the money and then you would walk out and then you'd be like, I will figure it out when I get home. And that is so true. Like, for a long time, I was like, oh my God, it's so good looking. Like, look how fancy it is.
I can afford it.
I can afford it.
Yeah.
I earned this. Mm-hmm. And then she goes, and then you would put it on. Her name is Janet Raftis. She's amazing. You would put it on and walk around the store and decide like that you probably didn't need it. So you'd put it back. And she goes, now you just go into the dressing room, you put it on once and you're like, not for me. And you put it right back on and you don't even leave the dressing room. I'm like, bitch, go off.
Yes.
Yes, that is growth. I mean, really, 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 really. But if we can do that with our clothes and with all the other decisions that we make in our lives, it's one big metaphor.
You're right. I buy things all the time online where I'm like, I feel like that would look nice sitting on my floor. And then I get it. And then I think that I've learned that. I don't want to do it. If other people want to do it, do it. And that's your style. It's probably not my style.
Yeah.
It's so much like dating. It is so much like dating.
It really is.
I don't date comedians anymore.
Yeah. As of when? As of what? As of this sentence? You have one date tonight with not a comedian.
I haven't dated a comedian since like March, pre-pandemic.
That's the last person you dated.
No, but I'm not like
everyone listening.
I know better. Like I know better. I'm just using that as an example too. But like you do something a certain amount of times and you're like, it's not good for me. And I'm just this pattern is going to continue. Yep. Like I'm not dating comedians anymore. I'm not wearing florals.
Yeah.
The patterns are over.
And time, money, energy is something like someone asked me this morning, oh, like, do you ever shop vintage stuff? And I was like, no, because time, money, energy, like I can fit into some jackets, but like, there's no way I'm going to spend the time, money and energy on pants that are vintage because like my hip to waist ratio is really nice. I'm really proud of it, but it just doesn't, I'm not going to go in and like try to make something work just to try to make it work because I want to be like, oh, it's vintage. Like, I don't care, you know? And so I just avoid that. Like I might go in and I'm not going to buy a brooch just because it says Chanel. Like, I don't care, you know, but I also have those parameters around that I'm like, here are the things I do care about. Like it is a shit ton of jewelry because if I don't wear a shit ton of jewelry, I'll be covered in tattoos. That's just like a line.
Oh, that's your thing. That's your tattoos.
Yes. So I have a question because like people probably come to you and some people say like, I only want florals or I only want designer. Like, how do you step away from your own personal style and say like, okay, let's do your personal. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, if like you only want to shop a couple brands and certain styles, how do you look at somebody else that has a totally different taste than you and help them dress?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I just read people on a very, very deep level very quickly. I would say it's one of my superpowers is like, you know, I'm working with everyone virtually now and they flash up on the screen and some of the questions that I ask, like recently I worked with this girl and if she's like, I don't know any of the answers to any of these questions. I don't know. And literally she'd lived in her home for a year and there was nothing on the walls. And she was like, I just am not sure what to put up on these walls. I was like, okay. I knew she was married. And I said, show me your wedding dress. She'd been married twice. I said, show me your wedding dress first. And of course we're virtual. So she, pulls it up on the screen on Zoom, shows me the first one, tells me about like her vibe, 7 years ago, shows me the most recent one. And then I was like, show me your bouquet. Showed me your bouquet, showed me like the jewelry she wore. And I listed like 7 words. And I was like, does any of this resonate for where you are right now? And she was like, bingo. And then from those descriptions and those kind of like just the mood of what she showed me, I was like, this is what your personal style, like this is what you're expressing with your energy, the things that you choose, what you wanted to wear on a really important day. And if you haven't been married, like I always ask people like, what was the thing that you have felt amazing in? Maybe it was like the thing you graduated in, or you gave like a TEDx talk in, or whatever it is. Show me that. And then let's build something that feels similar, because it's not always going to look like me. I mean, it's rarely going to look like me. And that's usually when people are like, you get me, like you really get me. And I'm like, yeah, I hear you. I see you.
Well, that's what you did with me. You scrolled my Instagram and you found the things you were like, this is the one you looked like the happiest in, or whatever. Like these are the things I've seen you wear on your Instagram stories and stuff that like define you, like the blue jumpsuit or like whatever. There was a few things, and you were like, you like basically made a vision board for me and then went based off that. Like, you read people based on like, I love that you said that. When did you love what you were wearing? Let's start there.
And how did you feel? Like, because I can't say that enough. Like, I mean, the people that I work with, they're like, I got a promotion, or like, I just started dating for the first time, or, like I worked with someone whose husband committed suicide, and like, she was like, how do I get back out there? Like, how do I, that kind of stuff. And, it really does. It's like, you have to take that care step for yourself first. And I think about it as armor is maybe not the right word, but it is a suiting that you put on to say like, hey, I care about you. And I love you, and I'm here for you, and I'm going to take care of you, and I'm going to do the things that feel really good for you and your body.
You said something, by the way, that was really beautiful.
Yeah.
You said something right before we started recording, which is that you work with a lot of new mothers. And that is, a whole new body that suddenly you've never had before. And like the confidence you must be able to give people that are like, I've never been in this body before.
Exactly.
To gift them the type of confidence. Okay, we're all going to start crying. But what you do is, it's really beautiful. And you will give tips. We're going to like do tips and stuff. But it's really wonderful what you've dedicated your life to.
And then also it's like, you look at somebody like Steve Jobs and just had this whole thing of like, I wear the same thing every day. And that's a fine way to live your life too, because that's what you feel comfortable in.
Yeah.
Like I think having a uniform, if that's who you are as a person, that's how you want to show up and feel comfortable.
I mean, my mom asked me what I was going to wear in this photo shoot that I had this morning. She's like, what's your color scheme? I was like, army green, black, denim, white. Any other questions? Like,
that's my uniform.
That's who I am, you know? But in terms of tips, if you want to just like, I'll just drop one right here, is that, variety is really nice. You can stay very tight with your uniform, but have variety so that you don't get bored. It's not so that other people don't see you in the same thing, but like if you want to feel fresh in something.
What do you see people do quote unquote wrong the most, like with their body type? And we can even pick a few. We can pick really tall, really short, huge boobs, plus size, whatever it may be.
It's across the board,
I'm
girl.
excited about
I mean, this is hard
thing.
to like, it's going to be hard to, I mean, we can talk for hours about this stuff, but if you have a few things that might resonate with some people.
It's wearing the wrong size.
Oh.
You know why? Because women, it's kind of twofold. Women see things and they're like, I just want to be comfortable. So I'm just going to wear this really baggy thing. So they get a really oversized piece, and you can pretty much every body type can wear oversized, but it has to be the right cut for your oversize. And the other thing that I see is that is just like straight up sloppy. Like, I'm going to call it like I see it, is women that are like, oh, I know that I should wear figure flattering things. And then they buy a size bigger than what they wear because they want to be comfortable. And I say, listen, you can wear things that are fitted, but they need to be in your size, or you can wear a looser style that also needs to be in your size, but you need to wear your size.
Do you think people are trying to cover, like my mom gained a ton of weight, thyroid problems running our family, and she was wearing these like giant baggy things. It added so much more weight. When she started wearing skirts that like actually cinched her waist, it took 20 pounds off without actually losing the weight.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, so many of the women I work with, they're like, everyone thinks that I like, got a gym membership. And I'm like, no, girl, you're just wearing the right size clothes. And sizing's a mind fuck, right? I mean,
right. It's like, what even is size?
Yeah. And people were like, I don't know. I just never thought I could wear a medium. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, just don't even look at this letter or number.
Right.
It's just
Fuck
about
this.
like, I teach people like, here's how to look at the seam on your shoulder. Here's how to look at the dart on your boob. Here's how to look at where your belly button is and where your jean is. Like really tailoring it down to, this is for your body, regardless of what the tag says. It doesn't fucking matter.
Right. And I mean, somebody that we love, obviously, is Katie Storino, who takes these outfits that are on models and actresses and really thin people. And she's like, here's how to wear it at a plus size.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that a plus size model we've had on is Hunter McGrady. And it's like, she works with Fabletics and she wears a lot of tighter fitted stuff.
So does Lizzo, and she looks fucking
amazing.
Baller.
Like that's
You see a lot of people buying stuff, because I've done this before. They're like, this is gonna fit in the future.
Oh God.
Like how many people do that?
So I talk about this a lot in my course, my Closet Cleanse course. I think it can be pretty self-punishing to keep things that are more than 2 sizes away. And
I love that.
I ask people if they are hell-bent on keeping things that are more than 2, like I really, if you are a 12 and you're like, well, when I get back to a 4, I'm like, is this the energy that you want to wake up with every morning to walk to your closet and have this whole conversation with yourself every day? Like, I personally don't think that that's worth it. And that's also from an energetic standpoint, like, your clothes are these things that hold a vibration as well. And they're over there like flowers, like, hey, you can never have me. Like, that's not okay. That's like not kind to you. So I tell people this 2 sizes away rule. And I also tell people to put them all together. Like none of this color coordinated shit where all of your small sizes are all mixed in. Like put them over to the size and call it a not right now pile. Not I'm too big for this, but this is just like not right now.
Okay. I love this advice. I'm glad that I asked.
I actually tell people to put a ribbon around it and just say like, this is a gentle reminder, like, and just make the whole process more gentle. We need more,
or just toss them completely, Or I mean, and again, sometimes people, a mother is a little different, and it's also there's money involved here, but like if money isn't an issue and you're like, one day I will get back to that 4, then you'll buy new clothes.
I mean, and oftentimes, you know what, when people are like 2 or 3 sizes away, I'm like, do you give a shit about these clothes that are 2 or 3 sizes away? Like the style of them? Like they'll be like, oh, but I want to fit in. I'm like, but you don't even like
the clothes
style.
are ugly now. Like you don't even like the clothes anymore. I love that you said that too. Like, I go in and I purge a lot, and I'm just like, how did I even like that? Like, I'll find myself, there's like one fucking ugly thing in there, but it's like, it's weirdly sentimental. Every once in a while, that's just okay to keep. Like it holds a special place, and it's just throwing this stuff away, like whatever, giving it to Goodwill. I mean, I do consignment in Goodwill, but like letting go.
Yeah.
Like, I want to talk more about that. I think that I definitely suffer from like, when do I throw this out? Am I going to get back to this size? Is this going to be in style again? Do I still, maybe one day down the road in 2 years, I'll wear this on stage with you. So like, what's your theories on purging a closet in general?
Oh, well, I have a lot of theories.
I know, and people can like sign up and do your courses and stuff. So we don't want you to give it all away, but like a few tips would be like so great.
One of my things, like I read probably 6 months ago, it was like neon's totally out, blah, 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 blah. Well, it's one of like the colors that I look really good on is like a neon green. And I was like, fuck that rule. I'm not following that. Like, this is what looks good on me. And so I'm really not worried about trends at all.
Good.
I literally focus on what feels good, like on my body, physically, physiologically. And then if I feel good, people are like, damn, you look good. And I'm like, thanks, I feel great. You know? And so I really focus on like, how do I want to feel before I throw anything out that's like, is this going to be in style? Is it not? I'm like, do I enjoy having this on my body? And that's kind of how I focus on my clothes.
I feel like,
when you work with people, is that what you pass on to them?
Yeah. Sometimes, if it's like blatantly, like if it's just, a lot of times I can tell if something's not just out of style, like it's old. It's an old
as fuck.
Yeah. And I'll be like, this bitch is sleepy. Like she wants to go to bed. And I'll be like, it's time to go for the forever nap. Like we're going to put these over here.
Yeah.
And like we always laugh when I do the purge because people, it's lighthearted. It's a let go process. It's like, I can't believe I did that. And then every time after the purge is done, people are like, I just, quit my job. Or I just like, it's big. It's big.
It like translates into other areas of their life.
Mm-hmm. It's this like big.
Like weight is lifted. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or they'll be like, I just took all the pillows in my house to Goodwill. Or I just took all the art off my walls. I just like, it's I almost said traumatic. It's dramatic.
Yeah.
For sure.
But therapeutic.
Yeah. Because it's just this weight,
And do you have a timestamp? If you haven't worn this in X amount of time, get this the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Then it's
I do that personally because I'm like, I have not touched that shit in a year.
You pick a year, that's your time?
Kind of because you've had all seasons,
all the seasons.
Like if I didn't wear that in a year, why did I not wear that in a year? Mm-hmm. Maybe if it's something fancy and it's been a pandemic, okay.
Yeah,
but
COVID.
I cut you off. You tell us how you feel about timestamps.
I mean, I do purge for sure, but instead of like waiting to purge everything at once for me personally, because I shop a lot, I go through and instead of being like, oh, I haven't worn that in a year, I'll be like, when I get dressed, one of the ways, and we can talk about this for how we set ourselves up for dates is like, what have I not worn yet? Like or what have I not worn in 3 weeks? Or what have I not worn this season? And then if I put it on and it's like, oh, you know what? Nah. Then it's an immediate go.
I love that tactic.
And so instead of like, again, waiting to this moment, one day I'm going to purge my closet. Like I just kind of do it like month to month where right before I go out, I'm like, who wants to play? And then I pull out the thing, kind of like a Beauty and the Beast moment with like the cabinet and the cutlery.
Yeah.
And,
but that's the self-talk too is, let's take this shirt, for example. Would I put that on to go on a date, to go to dinner with a friend, to go to work? If the answer is no, no, and no, what the hell is it doing in there? I think like that too of like, why is it sitting there? Because I don't want to wear it.
Oh, here's the big, sometimes people are like, I don't know. And I go, well, would you buy it again? And they're like, mic drop, boom. No, it's out. Like that's the big, would you put your money on it again? No. Right. Or I'll be like, if you were in a store right now, would you try this on?
That's the thing.
I can't wait to go home. I have a mental list. I can't wait this to be over.
Right. Randy's like, are we done yet?
I have this mental list of stuff I'm just like tallying up in my head and I'm just like, I'm never going to wear it.
I love it.
Like I have huge boobs and I'm short. I can't wear things that truncate me. I'm always buying these like little tops. I'm never going to wear them. I need to elongate.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Monochrome.
Okay. I want to talk about
the floral pants I wore in Dallas.
Oh, Raina, I wasn't going to bring those up, but Lillian. First of all, it took us both like a minute to get a handle on our like show clothes because it's a very different type of thing because you're sitting the entire time, right? So like you have to figure out where we all have a belly roll when we sit, you know what I mean? So you got to figure out what you don't feel like you have that you're uncomfortable because you have a fat roll or whatever.
Pockets,
your arms
bell out like crazy.
You hold a mic and your arm gets bigger. It looks bigger in photos. So it's like all these things have to go.
Like looking over the camera, like, here I am, like hunchback on the head.
I stay looking at your arms. Okay, you're the best arms.
You're ripped.
Okay, fuck you.
Thank you.
But Raina,
I literally looked over and I was like, oh, go.
So we were in Dallas. We've only been once because we were supposed to go with the pandemic. We were in Dallas. I wore my best outfit I've ever worn. I bought it from Rent the Runway. It's a Chiara Labanina Mana blah blah whatever.
Oh, okay.
The blue jumpsuit. Yeah. So it's like made of like a wetsuit material, whatever. It's a brand on Rent the Runway. I have a bunch of stuff. I loved it so much that I kept it. On that show, Raina came back and she had gone to the mall because what she used to do, which was one of her flaws, which is I'm not insulting her. She knows this. Is she would
planning.
She would just procrastinate and not have
so
clothes
many
for the
women do
shows
this.
until we got to the city, and she would try to go shop at the last minute. And I was like, I don't know how you live like this, girl. This is fucking crazy. Like I'm picking out exactly what I'm wearing every night. There's cities we've shopped in and stuff like that, but she wouldn't be prepared because she didn't. It's also fine. You didn't care that much.
I'm also 5 feet tall. I need to get stuff hemmed. It's bad.
So Raina comes back from the mall or wherever she went and the Macy's, and she was like, here's what I'm wearing tonight. And she pulled this pair of pants out. And I was like, oh my God, yeah, no, that'll be cute. Because there was no time. I couldn't tell her she was. It was an hour till the show.
She's like actually naked. I was
So
thinking naked tonight. No pants, Raina.
They were literally floral pajama pants with a big waistband, and she just wore. I think she rolled the waistband like
It was so bad.
with like just a black bodysuit.
Honestly, it was the only time in like 80 shows the photographer texted me in the middle of the night. None of the photos turned out. And I was like, this is probably on purpose.
No, it was fine. But it was like, you do have a sense of style. You have a personal style. I don't know what happened to you. Like, I don't know. Like, I've never seen you do anything like that since.
She's like, remember when you did a bunch of drugs right before and then you went shopping and then you got on stage?
Like, I just remember being like, oh my God, what, do I know her at all?
It was, my whole family was there.
Yeah.
It was not good.
But anyway, so we've had to learn too, but I want to talk about date stuff and I want to give some tips and stuff like that. But I want to talk about our body types because people can probably relate to me or to Raina. Like I'm super fucking tall. I don't have a huge breast, and like Raina's like, she's short, she's these huge breasts. Like what does Raina need to do? Not that she's not doing it, but like someone with her body type, like what do you see when you see like
Good tips for a shorter person, small waist,
and big
hips.
boobs? Yeah.
So, I mean, some of the things that Raina can do is like definitely power dressing, which means things like a big waistband, like things that we're really trying to draw attention to all the right places. So like, it's great that you draw attention to your chest. I love that. I mean, my favorite thing that I've ever seen you wear, let's just start there. Let's start with our ideals, right?
Okay.
Like best of is the denim jumpsuit with the short sleeve and the belt. It's monochromatic. So you just look like one nice long
She looks tall in that. You do look tall in that.
You look long.
Okay.
You just look like there's nothing breaking you up
Single
throughout.
color jumpsuits are good then. Okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's sleek, but it literally makes you look like you're one like ongoing thing. Anything like nude heels are actually going to be best for you because it just looks like your legs keep going.
Elongate your leg.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, that's an elongating thing.
You're right. Cause when I like cuff something with a short dress.
You should get a nude heel
I like the only time I wear the cuffed heels like on stage that I love are with a pant.
with the pant. Yeah.
So
you're right.
Cuffed heels? What are we talking
So
about?
I'd wear like a stiletto heel. There's an ankle strap.
Ankle strap.
Yeah.
Okay.
But with
I was thinking
jeans,
like a pant leg with a cuff.
with jeans, I love it because it just adds like a little fashion thing to the.
Yeah.
Okay, so nude heel for Raina. I love this. Nude red bottom.
Yeah, nude pump. And then honestly, I know this is like so personal preference for people, but I kind of go hard on this. When you wear your hair up, when you're so much shorter, like you are giving yourself just more overall space to breathe. Like I tell people, like wear your hair up, especially if you're going to wear something like with a collar, like add some height to the top of your hair and then like really bring focus to your face. Even if they're very small studs, like we want to look up, like we're all looking up instead of like your eye already goes down when you're short. So what are the things that are going to draw attention to your gorgeous face?
I love all this. Okay. So height we addressed. What about a really large chest? Like what is better for that? Because I think that the two things I think I've suffered with either wanting to cover it up and I wear something baggy and that looks like a tent on me, which looks terrible. Or accentuating it a little bit can make them look enormous. And then that's the only thing you're looking
And then
at.
for you, I feel like there's the occasion because you'll wear like baggy casual stuff to record because you don't want to have your titties out. But then you look back and you don't like because it was like a tent. So it's like, I feel like it's hard for you to figure out.
But how good is what she has on right now with the half zip down? Like
I love this because it's form.
It goes a little bit in. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So to me, like the best thing you can do for yourself, you know, if you're wearing a hoodie, you've literally got the hood, you've got your hair, and you've got your boobs. That's a lot going on all like above your belly button. It's just a lot of volume. It's hair, it's boobs, it's hood. And so what you have on right now with the thing being zipped down a little bit further, like it opens your body up. It like literally is more like a window to see more of you instead of just the volume that is all around.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Would you avoid like turtlenecks? She asked me the other day why I don't wear turtlenecks, and I feel like it makes my boobs look bigger, so I don't wear them.
So some of the things,
I mean, a tight turtleneck though would look bomb on you.
Yeah.
Like a tight, like your titties and then like your waist and like turtleneck. I don't know. You tell me. You tell us.
Yeah. So I mean, there are like different blogs and stuff will say different things for you. You can do a turtleneck because you can make the focus point your waist. In addition, like I mean, two of my best girlfriends have your size chest or larger. They're both my height, but I mean, probably larger than your chest, and they look incredible in a turtleneck. Now, here's the thing. I really wish we could do like, I really wish people were listening, but like watching because the visual is so good. So when you are doing a strap that goes, or a sleeve that goes straight back, you're kind of drawing this line that is like kind of more of a column straight down. Whereas see how I'm cutting this in, then we're focusing on like your shoulders and then your chest instead of just like, oh wow, your shoulders and your chest are the same. Okay. So you want to kind of focus on like, where are you drawing the eye? We're going to look at your shoulders. Then we're going to look at your boobs, and not just your boobs are your shoulders.
Okay.
And they're your neck. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm so flat chested, or I'm like a 32C. So I actually excel in this too, because you're focusing more on my shoulders and not on just waistland of shirt up top.
This looks great on you, by the way.
Thank you.
I love this kind of is one of
Also,
my
I feel like people
styles.
probably heard you say C and they're like, what are you talking about? You're flat chested. I wear 34C.
Yeah.
Bra sizing is a whole nother animal.
Yep.
And when you wouldn't look at my titties and think that they're C's, but they are. And every bra I own is a 34C since I went to a place that was professional and got measured. So like the bra, we're not here to talk about bra sizes today, but huge part of your life wardrobe is getting the right size bra. And like, like the best bra places, or I went to Intimacy in Atlanta and Phipps, if they still have that there, bra sizes go up to K because I'm a C. So Raina's not going to be a D, you know, I mean, or even a double D. Like if they were to measure you, because
you're probably a 34E.
Yeah. Minimizers are great for me. Spanx makes the best bra I've ever worn in my life.
I'm wearing a Spanx bra right now.
And separates your titties, because so many bras are like supposed to be like sexier, but when you have a B cup, you want to push your titties together. My size, I don't need to push them together. They're together. So
they're hanging out, they're talking.
They're there. I gotta say
that they've been together.
Yeah. So I wear minimizers a lot because I just feel more comfortable in them, and it's not a sports bra. It's just a way to make them a little smaller. So that's what I love.
I just had to jump in because you said I'm flat chest and I wear a 32C, and people are like, like the record screech.
Sure.
You don't. It was eye-opening to me. This was years ago. I like blogged about it at the time of like going in and being like, damn, I'm a 34C. And like, I really am. And I have small titties.
You know what is amazing? And we were just talking before we hit record, we were talking about breast implants. And there was a point in my life when I was thinking about breast implants. This is years ago. And I went and got fitted for a bra. And I was like, oh, duh, this is my own message. It's not your body. It's literally your bra. And so in my 6-week program, one of the kind of like disclaimers is like, hey, you have to commit to doing things like getting your bra like adjusted. Otherwise we can't work together if you're not in the right size underwear.
Yes.
You know, like this is part of your work.
I love that. I mean, I that was an experience I had. They called her the bra whisperer. I don't know if she's still there. And
Candace, I bet.
Yeah, maybe it was. And, she was an older lady and she was in there. She was feeling up on me. And like, I cried. Yeah. Cause I was like, when you have this like old lady being like, honey, you've been wearing the wrong bra size your whole life. And you're like, wait a minute. And then I'm a C.
Yeah.
What? Am I a model?
Yeah. Am I a model? Wait a second.
Then I was like, no, this
is America's Next Top Model cast here. Hold on.
But then I was like, oh, that's just Intimacy because they have a million fucking sizes, but it isn't. I'm pretty much can go into a brand. Like I'm wearing this, like, I wear Simone Pirelli.
Oh yeah. They sell those at Intimacy.
Yes. That's the best strapless bra of all time is Simone Pirelli. And then I just bought all their other bras whenever they're having a sale. I'm like, I'll take whatever 34Cs you have. But yeah, so I can pretty much a Gap bra or whatever. I can pretty much, that is my size, but that was like so life-changing for me.
And we could do a whole session on lingerie. I mean, I think it's the most I have not been in like many long-term relationships, but you better believe like my lingerie game is on point for me. Like I am,
go off.
It is 100% one of the best things I've ever done for myself. And people are like, $28 on a pair of underwear. I'm like, you know what? Some of the underwear I've had for like many years because it's nice ass. You know, I love hanky pankies. You guys have talked about hanky pankies on the podcast
it's
before.
like all I wear. But I mean, anything that's lace will get destroyed if you don't spend a little bit of money on it, you know?
Right.
It's all
I thought we were talking about sex. I was like, yeah, I mean, it can get destroyed.
You can destroy
I know. I was like, Raina, I see where she's going.
I have a lot of lingerie.
This took a turn.
I don't know if you know that about me. I have so much. I want to talk about your body today.
Okay, so let's talk about tall girls.
Yeah.
You are a tall girl expert. Your sister is 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
I'm 5'10", and there are certainly struggles that taller women face when shopping, and we want to get into it.
Yeah. So I I love tall women. I mean, I love like all women so much. It's why I'm here. But, I encourage women that are like, well, I can't wear heels. I'm like, literally, who told you that you could not wear heels? It's just this like headline that you read about yourself. And then you were like, oh, that's my headline. Like, change the fucking headline. Wear what you want to wear. So, tall women, actually, they kind of want to disappear a little bit because they're like, I'm so noticeable already. Like I stick out so much. So they're not wearing fitted things. They're wearing things that are kind of like baggy, or they're choosing things that are just like, I just am going to like kind of disappear in this because I already stick out. I'm so tall. And I would just encourage you to figure out like what your shape is. I think that's the most important thing that you can do for your self-confidence, to work around your shape versus just your height. And then from there, like I said in the beginning, you're lucky, like starting to really focus on the fact that like, you're so fortunate that you get to, like I tell every body type, every woman, you're so fortunate that you get to do that. And so, those things that like shorter women like Raina are like, that's not for me, focusing on those.
What are some good brands? We said Madewell.
Well, I love Madewell.
Because this is like, this is the struggle. I get DM'd constantly. Where do I shop?
So definitely, Madewell, I think is the number one for everyone because they're curvy. They do pregnancy or the maternity. They do short, they do petite, they do tall, they do taller.
Taller. That's what it is. There's tall and taller.
Does Express do that too? Because I know they do short and regular.
They do
tall.
tall. Yeah. So Express, actually, my wingspan is 7 inches longer than my height.
Girl, what?
Yes.
Oh my God, your arms are so long.
Your arms, I can't stop staring at them. They're amazing.
They're so long.
They're so long.
So Express is they're like a long and lean kind of brand. That's why it's so good on you. J. Crew has tall, they have some good talls. My sister at 6'1", like her body type wears Banana Republic really well. Most brands now have tall. I would say most of them do. For like a more formal, like someone, I feel like from GGE reached out about like non-boring suiting. I really like the links on Emblem LaFleur.
Okay.
They're like heavy on the ads on Instagram and stuff. But they have, the thing that I love about them is they have, they're for like, court, business, banking. They're definitely like business wear, finance, that kind of stuff, but their fabrics are very stretchy. So you can go and they do a lot of like kind of long and lean. They do like long pencil skirts and that kind of thing so that you can get the stuff it's naturally already longer without even having a tall option.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. They're amazing. Okay. And they run longer.
ASOS has a ton of sizing too. And ASOS, you kind of, it's not the most quality, but I posted a suit on my Instagram that I posted a whole lot of pictures in, and it was an ASOS suit, but I like their site. Again, it can be a little hit or miss, but sizing, they have it all. They have petite, they have plus size, they have tall. And I wanted to see if you had some plus size, like all inclusive recommendations too. Brands are getting better with it, but do you have a few go-tos you love that like are actually plus size, not just like we have a 14, what are...
So ASOS is amazing for that. H&M does some plus, and I love H&M. Like I get some great
fast fashion. It's great.
Yeah.
I love
totally.
I do too.
It's great. And Fashion Nova. They, if you have a really small waist, but your butt is literally plus size, then like Fashion Nova should be your best friend. What else? Anthropologie, like I said. And then Anthropologie has a whole plus size line. They actually have, a lot of their stores have it in store now.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Loft has certain stores that have plus size in the store. And then I'm a Nordstrom girl, just like always have been. I have a great relationship with them in Atlanta when I was doing more in-person stuff. But they have a really solid plus size section for sure. And Nordstrom branded items, they have their own labels and they have some good plus size labels.
Okay. And then I think of Hunter McGrady and Fabletics. The Fabletics has a whole, and we've worked with them too, but Spanx, can't live without Spanx leggings. If you don't know, you need to know. And me personally, I didn't mention this before, I wear a ton of Zara. Lillian picks out a ton of Zara stuff for me, and that works really well. It's one of my favorite brands to shop, and it's affordable. Okay, so we have a little segment prepared for you, but we can't not ask about date clothing. So I don't even know. This is so broad, but like, I mean, I have a date tonight. You're about to, as soon as we cut.
Okay, so you're meeting somebody for a cocktail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not your long-term boyfriend, somebody you want to impress, somebody you haven't given up on yet.
Yes.
You know?
Right.
First,
so I'm
second, third
right. I'm
date.
going on a first date tonight with a stranger.
Right.
So like, let's talk about date looks.
So I love to do a dress from the ground up kind of thing because I literally like, where am I going? I'll look it up. Okay, if we're going on a patio and it's going to have, I know this is so specific, but like if it's going to be wooden, you know, things, then I'm not going to wear a stiletto. I'm probably not going to wear a stiletto anyways because I'm just like not that, you know, unless we're going to like cocktails that are like a really fancy place. But I will say, okay, what shoes am I going to walk super confidently in?
I love this.
You know,
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
You ever go to a party that's outdoors and you are in a stiletto and you're like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah. So like when girlfriends will text me and be like, what are you wearing tonight? I'll be like, here's what shoes I'm wearing. Like I'm wearing combat boots, you know, or, and so I kind of go that route. And I live in West Midtown in Atlanta. So for my dates, I always am like, hey, you can come meet me over here and I'll walk. So I'll usually wear like a wedge or something like that. And then girl, it's all about your assets. So, you know, if I'm feeling like, man, my butt looks amazing, like it's my favorite pair of jeans and it's a top that brings balance to my body. I cannot stress that enough, that body balance is the way to a man's heart. I mean, like, really like showing up and being like, I own every single part of who I am, comes across in the way that you dress, obviously.
And then can I give a tip? You tell me if I'm right.
Yeah.
You're the expert here. You can have a outfit that you wear on every first date, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I have that one bodysuit that's really low cut, and it shows my full like sternum and chest, a little bit of cleavage, but I'll literally wear it with ripped jeans, and like I can do a heel or a boot or I can wear a sneaker. So it's like I've worn it on most, when the weather is appropriate, I've worn it on most first dates. And I got to a point where I was like, am I just like playing this out? And I'm like, no, it's a brand new guy. Like it's the best I look. It's the most flattering, and it is my go-to first date outfit. So I think that's a tip too, of like, that's what I wear on first dates. In the winter, in the summer, in the fall, in the spring, but like have it just ready to rock. So you're not like, I have a date tonight. And like, what am I stressing about?
Yeah. And I think that it's, my favorite part of like what I look like kind of changes from like month to month. I'll be like, oh, like, right. You know, in the summer, I'm like, man, my arms look great. Like I'm going to do this. So I will pick my shoe and then I'll be like, okay, literally what do I want to highlight? And so as cheesy as it might sound, like really looking in the mirror, and I say that like with a loving gaze and being like, what do I love about myself? How do I want to like honor who I am and step into this? Like, I love this part of me. And no matter what, like the person that you're on a date with is going to feel that from you, that you're honoring yourself, because this is really about restoring dignity to the way that you show up. And so, you know, when you love it, so true. You know, it's like
I'm sitting here thinking, why do we wait so long to do this episode?
No, but also like I love that you said that it can change. So like if it's summer and my legs are super tan, then I'm doing shorts, and I might do like more of a t-shirt as opposed to like a crop top and shorts and just be out here almost naked, which is also fine too. Live your truth. But like, what you're feeling in that moment of like, here's what I want to accentuate tonight, so I feel sexy and I feel confident. Like that's the answer. I love it, Lillian. I love you so much.
I mean, I have clients that like, you know, say I don't really go on dates anymore because I have nothing to wear. And I'm like, that's actually one of the initial questions. My best friend was like, don't forget to tell them about the question. Is I actually asked people whether they're single, married, engaged, been with their partner for 30 years. I'm like, what do you wear on date night? Because it's kind of this indicative, it's the thing that shows me most how people feel about their bodies, because it's, you know, you in your mind, you're like, oh, my husband or my partner or whatever, they like when I wear this. And I'm always like, what do you like wearing that? Like, what do you want to wear? What do you feel good in? And then we can, you know, again, if we don't know what this person's personal style is, we can kind of start to build a story around like, well, you said you like this and you feel good in this. So like, what are the, as I always say, the side steps? What are the other things that go with this thing? Like, what are the bodysuits? Okay. So you always do this deep V bodysuit. Okay. Let's do a really fitted turtleneck for the winter.
I just like that you said that people they'll stop themselves from dating because they don't like their their clothing. Like we've all opened up our closet. I have opened up my closet and really had like a minute where I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go out. I don't feel good about myself. I don't like this. I feel really upset. And like, I feel like if you're confident, you have a couple of those date outfits, you're like, I know I look banging in this. Like that will make you want to date more.
Yes.
And like for
Girl,
me,
I will go shopping and then get on Bumble.
because you
It's a turn on. It's foreplay.
Oh my God, is this an aphrodisiac for me? Me.
Yes. Raina, what's your go-to outfit?
I like it depends on summer or winter. I like in the winter I like a ripped up blue jean, like a light ripped up blue jean, and just a black bodysuit. I like a scoop neck or pretty much or a V-neck. I don't wear a lot of I want to like elongate my chest a little bit. Like not my sternum because you'll never see that because my titties are pushed together. But I wear that a lot. I like to wear tennis shoes.
What's a sternum?
I know that some people like do want to make themselves taller at 5 feet. I'm fine with my height. I feel comfortable. I show up in tennis shoes all the time.
Yeah.
I love like white sneakers. I'm wearing like white Vans right now. I would wear these on a date, but like just a black ankle boot, and I throw on a jacket if I feel like I don't want my titties maybe like on display that much. And then in the summertime, I'm wearing white Keds and cut off shorts and a bodysuit every day.
Yeah.
Like I just don't dress up that much for dates.
Yeah.
I want to show up the best version of myself, but I still want to show up as who I am. You know, I'm not like a crazy sexy dresser. You know, I don't need to do that. I don't need to bring that energy on a first date because I want people to at least see who I am.
Yeah, I just love this like start with the shoe thing. Like the guy tonight that I'm going out with is like
all of it. The first date, second date, third date, it's all here. Like this is what we're doing. This is what you're getting every time. You see what's underneath. Hey. Yes, it's that rising Scorpio.
God.
Okay.
I'm just thinking about what shoe. This guy's 6'6", so we can do whatever,
honey. I just want to point this out to our ladies because this is a little tip that like seems to change lives. If loose, then lift. Like my sister being as tall as she is, Ashley's face. If loose, then lift. Okay. So it does not matter how tall you are. If you are wearing something that is gargantuanly loose, then you need like the slightest platform, some little heel, something to just, I literally say like pick your ass up off the ground, you know, like because otherwise you're going to look like you're melting. It doesn't matter how tall you are. If you are just going so loose. The other day I wore the widest leg pants and this massively oversized shirt. But I brought the garment closer to my body with jewelry so that it didn't look like I was all the way out like a foot in front of me. And then I wore platform sneakers because you just need to be picked up off the ground ever so slightly. And that's something that I see women, they're like, I never knew why this didn't work. And I'm like, because you didn't lift and you didn't bring a focal point in. For tall women too, when things are just, you know, if it's not available and tall and it's a little bit shorter on your leg than you'd like it to be, you know, to add that ankle strap in, it actually brings the leg like closer to your foot. I know that sounds weird to say verbally, but like,
no, I get it because I don't wear that stuff because it truncates me. Yeah. And so it is truncating.
Yeah.
So if you're tall, I get it.
Yeah. So like regular length pants on me, they can be cropped looking. So like I'll always wear like an ankle strap or booties because it'll look like it's like kind of creeping up to my calf. We gotta show
Oh my God, we could talk about this forever.
I know. I love this.
I know. We'll have you back. We'll do it part 2.
And people
I
want to
like just talk about lingerie. Like I want to do a whole lingerie thing.
Well, we really could.
Should we start a Patreon?
I think guys, check us out on Patreon. No, we'll have you back. We'll do a laundry episode.
Like OnlyFans?
That's OnlyFans?
It's kind of like that, yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
It's just content behind a paywall.
You pay for content.
Okay.
Like your listeners pay for the content. Okay. So we could have you here forever, but we did want to play a little game with you. We designed it specifically for you. We've never done it before.
I have a name. I have a name for the segment.
I'm ready for it. Ashley names a lot of the segments.
All right, ready? It's called He Showed Up in What? He showed up in what? You can do it. You do noises better than me. Can you do like the Cardi B noise?
Showed up in what?
No, like you can do that like I'm so jealous.
God, your mouth
I know. I can't do it.
So if you guys haven't guessed, we're playing a game where we asked our listeners things that men have shown up wearing on dates. And we got so much funny stuff. Overwhelmingly, and Ashley and I always like to pick out the really unique, crazy stuff. Overwhelmingly, a lot of camouflage, a lot of cargo shorts, a lot of flip-flops in the winter time, a lot of Crocs. So dudes are really showing up in Jesus sandals and cargo shorts for dates. But I mean, I just said I go to
I date much older men and it's still a no.
Yeah.
I wear Keds on most of my dates, but I have double D titties. I can wear anything I want, you know?
The male flip-flop debate is it weird to me because I went to school in the South where like every guy wore rainbow sandals. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you move to New York and you're like, oh my God, a man in a thong sandal, go home.
Put your toes
on. I mean, you're trying to get herpes on your feet.
But it's different in the South, I feel like. Okay. You want to
She went on a
start?
date with this guy.
Okay.
Okay. On the bottom, he had on jeans and loafers, nothing crazy. On the top, he was wearing a button-down shirt with an embroidered hunting scene across the chest. What? She gives more details. On the right pack was a man with a musket. On the left, there was a couple of deer and some trees. Trying to get some explanation from him, I commented, "Nice shirt," to which he said, "Thanks." Didn't offer any other explanation.
Oh,
Can you imagine?
No.
I just want to know what state this is. She's like, this is Wyoming.
I feel like
It's fine.
a lot of this was in the South.
Oh God,
Okay.
it's Alabama.
This one, I'm shook. Okay, button down shirt, dress shirt, button down shirt, leggings. No! What? Tucked in or not tucked in? Like, right. So she says leggings, like
Imagine a little tuck, little French tuck with the leggings. What do you mean? And maybe some Gucci slides.
Man, like he wore leggings.
like running leggings,
running leggings. Okay.
running hat, and yellow sneakers. And that's how we showed it to meet my friends.
Last date.
Dress shirt and leggings on a man. I'm crying. I can't think of this.
Was he like trying to break up with her?
Girl, we have no more information. These were short.
Oh my God.
I know. I want. There's okay. Since you brought up meeting friends, came to my apartment to meet my mother in shorts, no shirt, bare feet,
My mom would have been like, hey.
covered in mud. What? Girl, what?
Girl, what?
Where was he coming from? This honestly, I will say this kind of sounds like her fault. He probably was like, "I'm coming from a hunting trip." She was like, "Come over."
Yeah, just take your pants off when you get here and just be in your boxers and mud.
I know. A guy I used to date, he lived in Charleston. He worked at this, he worked for I forget where he worked. I don't
Outfit
care.
or something
And
of America.
this guy walked into their place of business and was like, he was wearing a shirt. And my ex said, "You have to wear a shirt to come in here." And he went back out in his truck and put on a life jacket and came back.
That is some South Carolina shit right there. And I can say that because I'm from there.
I know.
Wow.
And it was one of our main jokes for years of like this guy in a life
What you
jacket.
gonna wear tonight? A life jacket.
Okay. I love this one because I love how she must have found out. She said he came commando in khaki shorts and cheap flip-flops for a fucking winery. Okay. How did you know he was a commando?
No, that's how I want to know. She's like, he showed up. She's just reaching for his dick. There's some of these that took a turn. Cargo shorts, a polo, rope necklace, Crocs, body glitter.
Why? Where were they going? The leggings and the button on is definitely my favorite.
Body glitter.
I want to know where though, like
This
on his
took a
chest.
turn.
I can't.
We
Sorry.
know nothing else. These
You
are
guys didn't hear me on that one because I fell on the couch. I was like, okay, Brayna, I feel like this is similar. Normal I can't breathe. Normal outfit, but with normal outfit, but with she's crying, but with a single Mardi Gras bead necklace. Around his neck.
Around his what?
Around his neck.
Okay.
one single necklace.
No. One purple Mardi Gras. No. What is going on? Okay.
Okay, this girl did say they lived in Minnesota, so it is cold. He wore 3 to 4 layers plus a jacket to eat indoors. He was dripping in sweat.
I'm picturing Joey Tribbiani when he walked in wearing all those clothes.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I feel like I can smell that day.
She writes, no lie, a kilt. And
I love a kilt.
But at no point in time during the date did he reference said kilt. I love a man's
love
skirt.
a kilt. Oh my God, I love
But
a kilt so much.
I
was
no
like,
acknowledgement of it.
Presbyterian
What are you
heritage.
doing? Get out of here. Okay. He wore a bike chain as jewelry that he made himself.
Oh my gosh.
I dated a guy once that made my brother jewelry for his birthday, and my brother looked at me after he received the gift and was like,
He mouthed it. Listen, your brother's hot.
We got a lot of these basketball shorts plus socks and sandals.
Tons.
No. Stop it. It is
That
rude.
is a 4th date outfit. Nothing says I don't respect you more than that.
I mean, on a date. I feel like if I come over to a guy's
yeah, for
house
sure.
and they're
No
wearing
big deal.
that, it's okay.
Okay,
But
that's
on
your
a
home.
date, please fuck off.
Come on, you're trying to get inside of me. Wear a pair of jeans.
Do not roll up in a public place in mesh shorts.
No.
Stop it,
We
Trevor.
don't care that you were Trevor.
Like some girl wrote
Taylor.
Adidas tracksuit, like, and I'm like, that's fine with me. A matching Adidas tracksuit, like, that's
hot.
Guys, there's more Mardi Gras.
There's a lot of hunting stuff.
I've seen some capes.
Oh, there's been capes.
Capes?
Capes on capes.
What?
Oh, girl, we don't know.
Girl,
we have
there's
so
no
little
other information. That's why I was like, we should probably have longer emails, but these were better. Okay. He came straight from duck hunting to our date in fully dirty camo and his face paint was still on.
No. Like,
He just didn't wipe it off.
No.
Yes.
But like, do men think that like I'm gonna show up and look like Braveheart?
Yeah.
Or like, what are you looking for? Like, I'm gonna be this warrior that kills animals and it's gonna be sexy? Gross.
Okay, this one I love. 90 degrees out, guys. So get a visual. Salmon corduroy pants. We're not even done.
Does that even exist?
NBA jersey. Beanie.
What?
This sounds fake.
This doesn't sound real.
And then she said, and I kid you not, he was carrying his chihuahua because it was too hot for him to walk. And I respect that.
in his
I'm like
corduroy
dying to know the
pants.
shoes on that, but okay. That
Right.
Because you dress from the ground up.
Rainbow sandals.
Yeah.
That is fucking
Flippy
crazy.
floppies.
Some of these I do so many. He was wearing more eye makeup than I was, which was unexpected.
Are these real?
I don't know.
Swim trunks and a Celtics jersey for a dinner date.
Oh my God.
That is some Boston shit.
Right. I was thinking like, I don't know, if I was going out for dude like in Dewey Beach in the summer and they showed up in that. Cowboy boots and athletic shorts.
What? This girl, she's the same one. One of her dates was orange baggy gym t-shirt, red basketball shorts, and fucking sandals. And then she said a different dude from the last dude I said, he showed up in the most feminine cardigan.
MAGA hat, that's bold for a first date.
Okay,
you gotta
go
be
home.
pretty sure.
That's maybe he was taking cues from Larry David. Did you see?
Oh
did
my
you
God,
see Curb?
Yes. He's trying to get a seat at the bar.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, if I wear my MAGA hat, no one will want to sit by us.
That's a great move in New York. Nobody will even wait on you. Wait, I gotta read you this one. A t-shirt from, just buckle up, okay? A t-shirt from the local Harry Potter fan group meetup that he was just coming from. A grown man.
He came from HarryCon. Like he came from PotterCon. Oh
But
my
I'm
gosh.
also like, a lot of women are into that.
Gryffindor?
Yeah.
Yeah. This girl said I went on a Tinder date and the guy and I showed up wearing the same sweater. I love that.
I mean, hello. That's how.
I know that's literally what happened to Ashley.
So the last guy like dated
In March?
Yeah. So I think I've mentioned in the podcast, but he approached me at a comedy club and he was like, hey, nice outfit. And we were wearing the exact same outfit. And it was, I was wearing leggings, but black. He was wearing black jeans, but
He was wearing like
pretty snug. So black leggings, white sneakers, exact same pink H&M hoodie. Exact.
Yeah.
We've compared
Isn't that
notes.
crazy?
I love that.
It's at least he acknowledged it because I too went on a date where I almost wore. This is even crazy. It's not just like this H&M like mass produced thing. I showed up on a date. I was wearing a band t-shirts for a minute. And
I remember that moment.
I was wearing like shiny leggings, leather jacket, cute band t-shirt.
Yeah.
I switched which band t-shirt I was going to wear on my way out the door, and I showed up to the date, and he was wearing the band t-shirt I had just put back into the closet, and I was like, "This is fucking crazy." I literally had that shirt on today. No response.
No response.
He
just didn't say anything.
it just didn't resonate with him.
Like, I feel like he was like, huh. Okay.
Anyways.
Oh, what an aloof.
All right, we're going to end it on this one. This was an email we got. This girl says, hey, girls, love the podcast, all the charcuterie coverage, very enticing. Anyway, she went on a date with a guy at an amusement park, and he showed up in leather pants in the middle of August during a heat wave. She said he refused to join me in the water park,
Obviously.
and was visibly so uncomfortable and moody, but also refused to change. It was the worst date ever. 0-10 recommend. Leather at the
refused to change. Like, they don't sell a bathing suit at that entire water park.
Leather at Six Flags.
What
is
are you
how
doing?
I wanted to end this segment.
Ugh, I'm uncomfortable just thinking about it.
Again, Friends, I picture Ross Geller in the leather pants episode. No. Okay. Thank you for joining us he showed up in what? Lillian, this has been such a treat. People are going to want to know where to find you. I'm going to hype you one last time and say you give out a ton of incredible information, tips on your Instagram and all that for free. But as far as working with you and using your resources, let people know like specifically how they can do that so you don't get like a ton of DMs, you know?
Yeah. So on my website, lilliancharles.com, there is a whole page of offerings. And really, I have found that my clients get the absolute best results, which is what I'm after for you with working in an ongoing relationship. So I have a 6-week program called Style Expression. It is a figure out where you are, figure out where you want to be, look at your ideals, check out your body type. It's your coloring, it's your brand, it's cleaning out your wardrobe. It is letting go of what doesn't serve you. It is shopping. It is a lookbook. It is using everything that you own. It is energy healing sessions. It is outfit making sessions. I mean, it is like, let's not just half-ass this thing, you know, let's go all in. So that is my baby. It is what I have been grooming all year. I'm so proud of it. It is. Read the reviews. They're amazing.
And then people they get the closet like I have. Like that's part of it.
Yes. So
which is just
closet. Yeah.
It's so fun. She's like, someone's in your closet. I'm like, what is it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then anytime that you shop, you know, outside of the 6 weeks, you know, every time that you get like an email receipt, like, hey, you just purchased this thing, you get to continue to add to your wardrobe with new clothes. Like you get to just add, you know, and I call it the share closet from Clueless. And then all of a sudden you have this incredible digital closet that you're always building onto forever. Oh yeah. It's a treat.
Raina needs one.
Yeah. You do need one.
Yeah. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah. She's like, can we go? And then I have an incredible course called the Holistic Closet Cleanse. And it is for that person that walks in and is like super overwhelmed or just very uninspired. Or I've been saying like 2020 is a year to kind of progress and move forward. But first we need to clean out and heal kind of like what's already come to pass. So if you've just been kind of uninspired at home for the last 8 months, this is definitely your jam. You want to go in, you want to like just kind of comb through everything that doesn't work for you. It is a self-study. You can do it a bajillion times if you want. You can do it in 6 weeks. You can do it in 1 day. It's amazing. That's the Holistic Closet Cleanse course. The number one thing that I recommend after Holistic Closet Cleanse is my Winning Wardrobe Algorithm. It is a quick 30-minute video tutorial of literally how to put outfits together, no matter what your style, age.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like,
what are you like? You're like Tony Robbins. It was like styling. She's always like,
I'm like, have I done anything with my life?
So yeah. And I share like all kinds of stuff on my Instagram all the time. Tips, like tricks, how to get out of your head. I think that's like the number one thing that I want people to know is it's not about your body being wrong. It's just that you haven't found the thing that like works for you, just like relationships or anything else.
I love that. And one thing we didn't get to talk about, but we said this last night about a friend of ours who was working with you. She was like, she moved and she was like, I'll work with you when I move. And you said, no, you should work with me before you move. So you get rid of all this shit. You don't take it across the country with you. Totally. So people are moving, you're doing life changes. Like what better time to cleanse? Like why would you haul all your old shit with you?
People are like, oh, I'm moving in with my boyfriend. I'll work with you like once I get a new space. I'm like, no. Like we are moving in with fresh energy, with only the things that we love, like putting our best foot forward. And I just really hope that people feel that for 2020, 2021, like forever, that you always have the opportunity to turn around whatever it is that you have going on in your life. And it starts with you. It starts with your choices. It starts with how you show up. So.
Brilliant. And wait, did you say your Instagram handle?
Oh, I'm on Instagram sometimes. It's like daily, all day.
You have great videos.
Thank you. My Instagram is Lillian Gray Charles, Lillian Gray Charles with an A.
Must be nice to have the coolest middle name ever.
You have a cool middle name.
I know. Mine's pretty good. Okay.
Well, and my website is lilliancharles.com.
Amazing.
Thank you. We love you.
I love you guys.
All right, guys. Well, you know where to find us. girlsgottaeatpodcast.com for merch. Get those tickets to the holiday virtual show. Girls Gotta Eat Podcast. Do that. Okay. Hey. Girls Gotta Eat Podcast on Instagram. Ash Hess and Raina.Grayberg on Instagram. Girls_Gotta Eat on Twitter and YouTube.com/Girls Gotta Eat. And we'll see you next week.
Have a good week, guys.
Bye.